what's going on? Muriel from the Sunshine Family and moving to Costa Rica with children. I am going to cover some questions that I received. Basically how I prepared my children, what I did for them and with them to prepare, and what you can do as well if you're considering relocating or moving to Costa Rica. Watch my video because this might be really helpful, because I know many people feel held back when they're having children and thinking about moving to Costa Rica. For me, it has been no excuse. It has been actually a very great way of moving as a family, because thanks to our children, we also got to know a lot of other people. But that is just one tiny benefit I already just shared here. Before I dive in, I have a lot of examples that I will share here with you. But first I wanted to invite you to consider to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. You can do that by hitting that little square icon you see here on the screen. And hit the bell icon, because then you get a notification every time I upload a new video. That might help you find information about Costa Rica Expat Live, about having a laptop lifestyle in Costa Rica, because that is basically what I do. I'm sitting in my hammock right now and I was checking some of my messages that I received. So yeah, I thought this is a great topic for doing a video about. I'm going to read the exact question that I received. Hi Muriel, Happy New Year. May I ask a personal question? How well did your kids took the idea of living in Costa Rica? Were they scared / angry / sad of leaving their kids behind? Did they know you were leaving the Netherlands for good? Just wondering whether you had to deal with these issues when making the decision to relocate and move to Costa Rica. How great is that question? Very worthy to cover a video. Therefore, I always say, share your questions in the comments. Give me your thumbs up, by the way, if you think I deserve it. But ask your questions, share what you want to share, because I will always get back to it. I read this stuff. This came through Messenger. If you scroll in the description below every of my video, you see tons of information, book tips, some of my training, 11 steps to creating a laptop lifestyle, for example. I have a YouTube course, I have live coaching, but especially my Messenger Facebook direct link. You can always hit me up there if you don't want to do it in the comments below my videos, if you want to chat with me more privately. So I'm just gonna answer this step by step. So first of all, we were not planning to move to Costa Rica a couple of years ago. We happened to vacation in Costa Rica with the children. Dirk's mom was there as well. We were there with the 5 of us. I believe it was 2016. No, it was 2017. I think it was 2017. Yeah, because we took a year. Okay, this was 2017. You lose time where you live in Costa Rica. There's this weird bubble here. So we were vacationing there April, May. And immediately from the moment that we stepped on ground in Costa Rica, we felt something special. We fell in love with Costa Rica. Now, you must know that we traveled a lot over the years, Dirk and myself, but also with our oldest. We went to Thailand, to Asia when she was 3. I took like a little sabbatical that time from my social worker job for 2 months, not that long because I was not allowed to take longer. But Dirk was in between selling his first restaurant and buying a new restaurant, so he just decided, what if we just go traveling? That's another story. Hi Sophie. So so we went to Costa Rica in 2017, and when we were traveling together before we got kids and went with Sam, our oldest, we never found a country where we potentially wanted to live. We already worked online when we vacationed in Costa Rica, so that was an interesting fact, that literally after seeing all those countries over the years, we were always dreaming about traveling more, living in a tropical destination, but we were always like, and then what do we do? Like, what type of work? We didn't really think about it back then, 2002, 2003. But meanwhile, a lot of happened. Our story, restaurant life, Dirk owned restaurants. I was a social worker, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, life got in the way. We started a family. We were always working, but we already, since 2015, we worked fully online. So we replaced my job, we replaced our restaurants, and we went online successfully. So it took us a while to figure that all out. So when we vacationed in Costa Rica, we were already working, making a full-time income online. That is fact number one. I'm gonna be straightforward. We fell in love with Costa Rica. Our kids loved it. We thought, wow, the people are nice, the beautiful country. There's so much to discover here. Why don't we just open up our laptops here and start living here, leave everything behind in the Netherlands? What do we have to lose? Our kids were that back then 14 years old and 8 years old. And yeah, that was a big decision. We made the decision in that vacation. In the first 3 days, we knew we want to move to Costa Rica. And we told our family, first we spoke about it together on the beach, like what would be the difference? Muriel, is Dirk, what Dirk asked me. We were walking hand in hand over the beach. We already work online. What do we have to lose? And I actually said, actually nothing. We have to get rid of all our stuff. We have to tell the kids and find a place where there's everything for everyone. So there should be a great school, things to do, beaches, just activities for the kids, social life. So we basically made the decision, told our kids, our boy was the youngest. He took it really positive. He was like, fine, I'm gonna go where you go. Surprisingly, actually. And our oldest cried the rest of the vacation. I'm gonna be super transparent. She had a hard time because she had a very nice group of friends. She was in the age of 13, 14 years old. She was growing up. She didn't like it. But we made the decision anyways, and we told her, we know it's gonna be hard for you. We're gonna make it happen that you're gonna be able to meet your friends. We make it happen that you can travel back to the Netherlands, but also that you have an awesome life in Costa Rica where you have input on, you know, where you want to live, what should be there. And her passion was horses, so we said, okay, let's find a place where you can ride horses, and even where we can buy a horse, and where you can have and do the stuff that that you couldn't do at home. So that was the first answer. How did your kids took the idea of moving to Costa Rica? Our teenage daughter had a hard time. She was really sad, had a hard time of letting her life go, and the idea of letting her life go after a year, because we said we're gonna take a year for it. While our son, 8 years old, was like, sure, let's do it. So yeah, that was the situation. And I'm not gonna say it's good, I'm not gonna say it's bad, I'm gonna say it was our decision, because the other scenario would be that we had to wait until she was ready to fly out of the nest. Who knows when that would be? And we felt that the time for us to move to Costa Rica was now. Just we needed practical time to get rid of our stuff. We had our cash flow through our laptops, and why not doing it there while, you know, anyways. So yeah, we guided her, and we decided that the moment that we wanted to move to Costa Rica would be after wrapping up in a very good way the school year, and that she would blend in the middle of the school year in Costa Rica. But we believe that when you finish things well, it's easier to start all over. So we didn't want to grab the kids in the middle of the school year. We said, you know what, we're going to after the end of summer holidays, which is the big break of all schools, we're going to go after August, in September, like that. And looking at the tickets, we happened to go at the end of when did we go? Yeah, in September 2018. It's when we entered Costa Rica. So that is the first answer. Yeah, My daughter was angry, sad, and scared. But she most of all was angry and sad. Um, and we talked about this a lot. We said, you can be angry and sad. You have the right to be. Um, but you're a minor, are living with us. When you're 18, you can do and go wherever you please. We will support you to make your life in Costa Rica the best life possible. So we were not covering it up with a rainbow or, we just said, okay, those feelings are real. Let's talk about it. For me, it was much easier because we were the adults. Dirk and I were the adults making the decision. So yes, well, that's the second question. Did they know you were leaving the Netherlands for good? Well, what is for good? We didn't do it yes. Yes and no. We never said we're going to leave the Netherlands for good because we never say never, we never say ever. But we sold everything. We didn't leave anything behind except for some photo albums that's in the house of Dirk's mom. Because it's really hard with the humidity in the air to keep your photos well. So we said we're gonna go to Costa Rica, but if we don't like Costa Rica, we might check out some other countries. But the Netherlands, we basically closed the Netherlands. Yes. But for the kids, it's not for good, right? Kids are still a little bit like kids when they're 18. I said, when you want to get back for vacation or stay over at grandma or with your friends and you're old enough to fly by yourself or with support, you can go visit your friends. So we were super transparent that we didn't see us living in the Netherlands. But you can never say never, because we also said if it's gonna be a disaster, we can always get back. We don't burn our passports, right? We're still Dutch citizens. So yeah, that's what we did. I think that's a very good question. So just wondering whether you had to deal with these issues. And this is where you're moving to Costa Rica with children starts to be positive from the start. I didn't see this as issues. I saw this, I named these, I labeled this emotions, this anger, this fear, these conversations. Yes, my son sometimes had a hard time too, like, what's gonna happen? It's not issues, it's challenges. So from the start, Dirk and I were so confident that they will pull through, that they would like it, because I already knew kids are super flexible, right? They adjust to the emotional and energy level with their parents. We are the big influence on their lives. So I believe when you're super tranquilo about it yourself, you're not covering things up, you share that you're confident, they going to mirror that confidence in you. So I didn't see that as issues. I said, you can feel, you are allowed to feel the way that you feel. Let's just keep talking about it and give it a place. You will be looking back in the future on your life, and this is what we did. So I labeled the word issues and problems as challenges and things that can have a name. And also we created already a vision for their future. And this is very important, how you can help your children. I believe that's how I've done it. But that's not just for children, it's for every human being. You need to have a vision where you can hang on to in times when the times are tough and rough. So create that vision for your kids. So I always spoke in the future, like, okay, I see that you're sad, I see that you're angry. That's fine, you want a napkin, you want a drink, want a hug, whatever, or just let them talk or let them be. And I said, just think about this, visualize. I just literally help them to see themselves in the future, looking back on this hard time of leaving a life behind and creating a new life, where when they are young adults or older people, they will look back on their transition to another country, where they would learn new languages, where they would meet new people, where they will be opening up new opportunities that they will never ever have found in the Netherlands, and that they would be fine. So I wanted them to see themselves in the future being happy about the transition, later on, so that they already know before moving to Costa Rica that it's going to be fine. I just presented this positive scenario that everything will be fine, and for this and this and this reason. And I believe that for real, for sure, this is how I stand in life. I believe in the law of attraction, quantum physics. Thoughts can become things. You are the creator of your life, right? That's why I also created that training. You can read that in the description below. Let me see how that link is called so you can look it up. Now I'm here on my laptop anyways. So, hold on. Oh, now my internet is super slow. Oh, there it is. So, roadmap to a laptop lifestyle. Yes, well, I don't want to ramble on. That was a great question. This is how I've done it. There were actually a couple of questions, and we relocated anyways. Look at me, I'm sitting in my hammock. A lot has changed meanwhile. I'm gonna be honest, COVID came, but that's why I always mention in many of my videos, have cash flow, have cash flow, have cash flow. Being able to work independently and online, or having an income stream, or especially multiple income streams wherever you live in the world, that is best. So you are not relying on tourist type of business in Costa Rica. I would not do it. That's why I'm so proud that, you know, this is my best friend and this is replaceable. So, you know, everything, I work in the cloud. My business is in the cloud. It's like, this is my business. My biggest concern was keep the cash flow going. And that's why we have set up our business in the way that it runs on autopilot for a big chunk. When I close my laptop, when we would not have electricity or Wi-Fi whatsoever, or if we would be traveling or just love to do other stuff than working, our business is still working for us. So leveraging smart systems and technology, autoresponders, I make videos. When people click on the link, a process start rolling. So people see a page, when they fill out their information, a video pops up and the next step will be shown. I've created that in advance, and I use some automated systems that's doing the work for me when I'm not online. And this is what I stand for, and this is why I was so confident. If I have the cash flow, you know, I can have those challenges of my kids. I have the time to be there for them. I think it's really important that you can be there for them, that you can take the time to talk with them, to spend time with them. What we did was adopting a pet rescue dog to help them bond and just have a friend that will always be there and fluffy and listens to them without asking any questions whatsoever or saying the wrong things, but having the time and the financial resources to support your kids, I think that's helpful. Like, I couldn't imagine having a job or a life or a business where I would be away all the time from home for my kids, especially now in COVID. They exited their international school because I didn't really see the benefit of having them in school with mouth masks, face masks on and stuff. So we enrolled them in an online school, and they do great, just with focus 2 to 3 hours per day. Even especially my youngest, he does better than on the international school. He has dyslexia. So for us, COVID has been a big benefit. It opened up perspective that we usually would not have taken. I love to work online, but my first choice would be my kids to an offline school to connect with kids. But they did that for 1.5 years. I must say that helped a lot with bonding and making friends. Thank goodness we didn't came in Costa Rica and right after COVID happened, because then they would have missed that foundation of friends. And for me too, I made lots of friends thanks to the kids in their school. But having that foundation set up with friends and community and knowing people in town, now with COVID, they're fine doing online school. So to get back to the questions, how is it for your kids? Well, if you ask me, my kids are doing great. Of course, you should ask them yourself, but just I think the videos tell enough. My daughter is very passionate about horseback riding. she's building up her life. She has awesome friends. It took her a while, you know. That's especially for teenagers. It's really important for them to group up, to have the nice connections. And she finally found awesome friends she's hanging out with. She's independent. I'm proud of her. And Nick, he's speaking fluent English now. He understands perfectly Spanish. Like I said, he has dyslexia, so for him, learning it takes a little bit more time. But I'm so proud of both. Nick is doing Muay Thai 5 times per week. I believe you can help your kids best in moving to Costa Rica by being very confident yourself and guiding them. Be a leader and lead your kids as a tribe, you know. And just talk about stuff. Give emotions a place and let them be. And I think that's the best. And have your cash flow going and be independent. Have your independent economy set up. Don't be depending on the economy, on an Airbnb, on having a restaurant. That's what I would not do. Start building your roof while the sun is still shining. Start learn how to build a business online. Be an entrepreneur. And for that, I'm gonna give you a really clear call to action. If that is your focus, if you're like, okay, I can have the kids, I know how to deal with my kids, but how do you do that financially? Some people sell their stuff, by the way, and they and then they say I can live on the money that gets out of my house. But if you don't have anything else, you know, like let's say that you get like $600,000 of your house. You know how fast that goes in Costa Rica? You will eat that up. Before you know it, it's gone. Have your cash flow, start learning, connect with me, click the first link below my video to learn more, dive in my own training and teachings. It's all based on creating a laptop lifestyle and a life you don't need a vacation from, so you too can work from your laptop in your hammock. So with that being said, moving to Costa Rica with children, I think you give them an experience for life, but you have to be confident. So you have to work on your mindset and yourself. Scroll down in the description. There's always an awesome book tip. All the books that I share, I've read myself. And also today I will share one. And it will help you. Hey, I hope that you found value in my video. Let me know if you did. If you did, give me your thumbs up. Let me know below. Share my video. And of course, I'm looking forward to meeting you soon in Costa Rica. Oh, P.S. I made a book, seven steps to move to Costa Rica. You can order it. It's organized information. You can find everything I share there in my videos, but it takes you like a billion hours to watch all my videos. It's organized steps that I took to move to Costa Rica that include info about the kids and how to prepare. So that might help you. Scroll down the description again. See you in my next video, and pura vida from Costa Rica.